Today we're going to be looking at the interview process. We're going to be focusing on four main key aspects of the interview. We're going to be finding out what the person is about behind the CV, what their goals are, their ambitions, and what they can bring to the company, because at the end of the day the interview will determine whether or not they will get that position.
Hmm. 12:30. Working got to.
Sorry I'm late. Busy day. How are you?
Yeah, that must have been some journey to get here, eh?
Oh, was indeed. Had to do a couple of things on the way. Had a wee drink before I came down anyway. So here now.
What, nerves calm now?
Oh, extremely.
Good. So, Mr. Mills, thank you very much for coming along today. Yes, it's still today. Well done. Your CV is very interesting. I've had a good read of it. Now, I wonder if it's possible if you could maybe just tell me a little bit about yourself, the person that lies behind the CV.
Oh well, Shell's a fun time guy. Pretty active social life. Out most nights, to be honest with you, so I'll probably say I do my best work, I'd say between Tuesday and Thursdays, and yeah, I suppose maybe not the most hard working guy in the world, but yeah, I'm an all round good guy, I think.
Let's try that again, shall we?
So, Mr. Mills, tell me a little bit more about yourself.
Yeah, well, first of all, thanks very much for having me in today. I suppose to give you an overview of my background, graduated from Edinburgh University, did economics there before deciding to go into chartered accountancy. I studied my CA exams whilst working within the Ernst & Young network, with partly financial services and some mixed sector exposure as well. Very hard working individual, very much enjoy the accountancy function. And from a personal perspective, I'm very sporting. I like to play golf, I like to play football, and yeah, I do like to have quite an active social life as well.
One of the most important questions that employers are going to ask you in the interview process is why you want this role.
So, Mr. Mills, can you tell me what is it that particularly interests you about this job?
Well, Mr. Perry, I can't stand my current job, to be honest with you. Manager, unreasonable. He expects long hours, sets ridiculous deadlines to clients. He actually expects me to work late on a Friday. And I must say that the juniors I work with, they're idiots. I mean, I've tried everything working on them. I've shouted at them, I've been aggressive with them, and just to be honest, they're just not the same calibre as me, and hopefully the staff in your company are a bit better,
So, Mr. Mills, can you tell me what is it about our job that particularly interests you?
Well, I've read and researched this job extensively, and I really feel that it's going to be something that's going to be fantastic for my future career development, and also from a personal perspective as well. It's a fantastic company, and although I've very much enjoyed my time in my current role, I feel that the time is right for a change, and I really feel that the opportunity with your company will give me the change that I need and that I'm looking for.
It's imperative when making an international move that you've researched the area thoroughly and that you are motivated.
Well, Mr. Mills, obviously it's a big move on your part, moving from Scotland to Cayman. Can you tell me what is it that interests you about the location?
3 words for you, Mr. Perry. Beer, booze, birds.
While it's important that you want to be happy in your location, you need to be focused on more than that.
Now, Mr. Mills, tell me again, what is it that interests you about our location here in the Cayman?
The Cayman Islands is an amazing location, both professionally and personally. The financial services sector is one I've always enjoyed working in, and Cayman Islands is widely known worldwide as the premier offshore financial services centre. I know the experience I gain here will really help me with my long-term career plans, and hopefully allow me to progress quickly through the ranks from audit senior all the way through to partner. From a personal perspective, the Cayman Islands is a stunning location. It's got some of the best beaches in the world, and to go from somewhere like Scotland where the weather's not fantastic to somewhere like the Cayman Islands where the weather's brilliant and you get a chance to enjoy yourself outside of work, I think it'll just be a hugely beneficial move for me.
It's important that at the end of the interview you have a list of questions for the employer. It shows that you've been researching and that you want to find out more about their values about the company.
Well, thank you for your time, Mr. Mills. That's answered some of the questions that I have. I'm sure that you probably have some questions for us.
I heard of something called a busy season. I take it that's just an expression. Now I see there's a bonus involved in this position. I mean, between me and you, how hard do I actually have to work to get that? The juniors in my current firm don't really do the work too well, and it kind of makes me work a bit harder. What are the juniors like in your company? Can I pass the work on to them? To be honest, I'm only really coming here so I can get to the US eventually. How quickly before you can second me to the States? Look, I'm a bit of a heavy drinker, to be honest with you, and a bit of a problem of being thrown out of pubs in Edinburgh. Are there enough bars in the Caymans that if I get thrown out a few I'll be okay? I've got my train receipt here. I wondered how I claimed my expenses. I hope you don't mind, but I took the liberty of going first class.
Probably not the best questions, so let's try some of these.
What training can I expect to receive in this role? I'm looking for a long-term career within this role, and I wondered if you could outline what progression opportunities are available. Given my previous career experience, what team do you see me fitting into within the business? During my research I noticed that you've won 3 major hedge funds clients based out of the US. How do you see this affecting the future of the business? I noticed that you're also an expat to the Cayman Islands. I wondered if you could give me an overview of what you found as being the biggest difference. What do you enjoy about working for this company? I've very much enjoyed this interview and I'm keen to progress to the next stage. I wondered if you can give me an overview as to what the next stage in the process would be.
Well, Mr. Mills, I would say you made a very good impression on me today. I like your experience, your CV, and you certainly come across well. I think you'd fit in to the firm. We've got another couple of candidates to consider as well that we've also interviewed, but I have to say that you are possibly my favourite. I'd like to speak to one of my partners, and I'd expect that we'll be getting back to you with an answer on the next stage of the process on Tuesday.
Yes!
And here's how each of these interviews are likely to end.
Mr. Mills, there's the door. So, Mr. Mills, thank you very much for your time again, and we look forward to having you on board.
Look forward to joining you.
Okay.